So one of the worst calls we get as a law firm is when the VA has proposed to reduce a veteran's disability compensation. Devastating for the veteran. They really rely and depend on the monies that they receive from the VA. But the VA, when they issue an initial rating decision, they'll label something static, or they'll label something as there being a likelihood of improvement of a medical condition. So it's one of those two every time. When they award service connection, they're going to deem the evaluation static, meaning there's no likelihood of improvement, or they're going to push out a future examination 3 to 5 years down the road. When that future examination happens, depending on the doctor and depending how they're feeling that day and a host of other variables, but when that happens, the examination report might show that the veteran's improved in symptoms. And maybe it's just that day he improved. Maybe the next day he had a really bad day. But the veteran will submit or send out a proposal to reduce the veteran's evaluation. And oftentimes that's going to lead to a reduction in their monthly stipend that they get from the VA for disability compensation. And so the veterans call us immediately and they say, what do we do? I need an attorney representation. I need an attorney representation. Well, we have to step back and say, okay, first of all, that proposal is just that. It's merely a proposal. The VA is required to give the veteran a 60-day due process period. And that 60-day due process period is a period in time where the veteran is afforded time to send new evidence to the VA, to go to a doctor and have them write a report, to submit diaries or logs of the severity of their mental health or migraines or sinusitis or whatever the condition might be. But it's incumbent on the veteran at that time to do their due diligence and to really try to get medical treatment, as much medical treatment as possible, and affidavits and statements from psychologists or statements from their dentist or statements from their general medical provider. And after those 60 days, the VA will finally issue a determination, and it's at that time, if it's still a reduction, the proposal is effectuated. The proposal becomes an actual rating decision. That's what you can appeal. Well, you can't appeal a proposal because it's not a final decision. A proposal is just merely a proposal. So we always try to caution the veterans not to be too alarmed. You have 60 days to give them new evidence. And if you give them enough, you might be able to minimize or deter their desire to reduce you. One other thing we tell veterans, whether we take them on as a client or not, is we say, look, you have 30 days to request an actual hearing, an in-person hearing at a local regional office or an in-person hearing at a local VA office. One of the things we tell veterans when there's a proposal is they have 30 days to request an in-person hearing at a regional office or a local VA office. And at like day 27 or 26, I say, hey, submit this to the Evidence Intake Center, which is where you'd submit a general communication to the VA, stating you want an in-person hearing with a VA representative on their proposal to reduce you. And it takes the VA sometimes 3 months to 8 months. I've seen it take a year and a half before they can do that in-person examination or that in-person hearing. And they can't finalize their proposal to reduce until they do that hearing. So it's a stalling tactic, really, but worst casing it, if the VA is going to reduce a veteran, buy yourself some time at that 100% rate or that 90% rate or that higher evaluation, because there's no telling what the VA will do. And then once they do finally schedule the in-person hearing, what the veteran has the ability to do, if it's one of the permissible reasons to reschedule, if they get sick or if there's a death in the family, but if there's good cause, they can reschedule that. And that might push it out another 6 months to a year. And so there again, that's one of the things we do. We always request an in-person hearing when there's a proposal to reduce. And a proposal, again, is just that. It's not an actual VA decision. It's not appealable. It's a due process period that allows a veteran and their representatives to submit good evidence showing that the evaluation should be where it's at or higher, not reduced.